Hello, it's Tony here from BikeBerry. Today what we're going to do is we're going to check out the differences between our mag wheel sets, our HD wheel sets, and then just your standard run-of-the-mill everyday cruiser wheels. Let's roll. When you're looking for a heavier duty wheel set for your motorized bike, one of the questions is going to come to mind, hey, is it actually heavier duty? Well, one of the places you could check is the spoke thickness. You could see that our HD wheel set spokes are much thicker than your standard wheel sets. So let's bust out our micrometer and see how our HD wheel sets outshine your everyday standards. So clip it on here, tighten the screw so it stays, take our reading, 1.97. So that's pretty much 2. Let's go to our chart and see what that is. Looking at the chart, 2 millimeters is a 12 gauge spoke. Now let's check the HD wheel set. All the way against there. Take it off. 2.5. Wow, the chart says 10 gauge for 2.5 millimeter. Nice. Something to pay attention to is whether it has a sidewall or not. But if you're somebody who wants to use caliper brakes, make sure that when you order your HD wheel set, you get ones with a sidewall on them. Let's look at how to mount a rear sprocket on your HD wheel set. You can see that it has the bolt pattern for a disc brake rotor. This takes a stamped sprocket like this. And if you look on this mag wheel set, you can see that you have the sprocket, a spacer, and then your disc rotor. So that's what you would do here. Put a spacer on here, then your disc rotor, you're good to go. On my bike with the bullet train, you could see that I have a combo situation, and that's where I used a sprocket adapter on the hub so that my sprocket can be adjusted sideways. And then I also have a disc brake. So see how that works? So that's more of a combo approach. So plus this is a method if you want to get a larger billet aluminum sprocket on the rear, then you could accomplish that with this method where you wouldn't be able to do that with the brake rotor mounting. So if you got your rim and there's no rim tape and you forgot to order some, there's 2 options. One, you can order some, or you can go to the store and buy a Gorilla duct tape. It's heavier than regular duct tape. And what you do is you take it and you strip it in half like that. See how it's half of the roll? And then where the valve stem comes through, see that? Got a light here. See that? That's pretty good. You can do this. Make sure it's straight because you don't want a bunch of wrinkles in it. That. Push it on there and keep turning it all the way around. And remember, because there's no spokes on a mag wheel set, there's no need for rim tape. One thing you'll need to think about is the rear freewheel sprocket. This is a 22 tooth freewheel sprocket. So what it does is it screws onto the threaded part of your rear hub. They make a tool, put this on. I just don't have one. I need to order one myself. But when you pedal your bike and you start to use it, it'll tighten up right against it and it'll be on there for good. Nice. One thing that I appreciate about the 1.5 inch wide rim, these are both 1.5 inch, is that I'm able to put a bigger balloon tire on it, like the Schwalbe Fat Frank or the Hookworm. So these are 2.5. If I'm on a wider rim, then my chain ends up rubbing against my tire and trashing my tire. Here's a Schwalbe Fat Frank that I had on a wider rim. See how it has these gouges in there? That's the chain slapping against it and cutting big fat grooves and ruining the life of my tire. So I really like that these are much narrower, 1.5 inches. They prevent that from happening. The mag wheel sets are even narrower at 1.25 inch width, so they help prevent this even better. And the biggest contributor to reliability in an HD hub is that there is no coaster brake mechanism to deal with. That's the beauty. Get rid of the coaster brake because they just burn up and cause problems. This is a much simpler method to go because your brakes can either be disc or they could be calipers. Much better, more reliable system. Let's grab the front rim. You can see that it has the pattern for a disc brake on the left side. Much nicer. Well, there you go. We got narrower rims, heavier duty spokes, simpler hubs that you can put disc brakes on, no coaster brake assembly to deal with. HD wheels are where it's at. All right, let's jump right into the mag wheel sets. These are our most popular style. There's a million of them that people have on their bikes. I see them all the time in the Facebook group. The other type is the 3-spoke type. That's a little heavier duty and people really swear by those also. The cool thing about mag wheel sets is that they're really straight and true. They're amazing. They're really no maintenance. The spokes don't loosen up or anything like that. The only caution we ask everybody is to please don't hit potholes with them and you'll have a pretty trouble-free ride the rest of your bike's life. The coolest thing about these is they come standard with disc brakes front and rear, and the sprocket comes mounted on here. So everything you see here comes with these, and you get the caliper. So if your bike is disc brake ready, then you can just mount these right up. And if it's not disc brake ready, we have adapters so you can mount your calipers on there. The billet aluminum disc brake caliper bracket mounts either on the front or the rear, but it only works on the rear if you have horizontal dropouts. So make sure that you have that on your bike before you order. So that's what I love about mag wheel sets. I'm gonna put these on the blue bike pretty soon. It's one of my next moves, but one of the favorite things I have is if you see how narrow they are, they're like 1.25 inches. As I showed earlier, that keeps the chain from gouging the side of this big fat balloon tire. So that's a really positive thing. If you look at the rear wheel set, you can see that we have the freewheel. So there's no coaster brake on this. It's just nice sealed bearings on both sides, straight and true. Again, we can take a look at the sprocket, the spacer, and then your disc rotor there works perfectly. Another cool thing about mags is how light they are. There's almost no weight to this wheel set. So if you need to lighten up your load a little bit, a mag wheel set is the way to go. Plus, there's a few more color choice options than you have with the HD wheel sets where they pretty much get black or silver, right? And get the chrome. This, you get silver, black, white, or red. One little bit of extra security that I really love about mag wheel sets is that how well the tube is held in place by how much surface area is grabbing the stem. So sometimes they tend to slip in wheel sets, and in this case, not happening. Since these come with disc brakes, what I want to do is show you the different adapters that you can get if your bike isn't ready. Because one thing you never want to do is use caliper brakes on a mag wheel set. It's too narrow of a gripping surface, and the material that mags are made out of just won't work with caliper brakes. Well, I hope that answers all your questions why you should upgrade from these everyday run-of-the-mill cruiser rims that will not serve you long for your motorized bike builds. When you step up to an HD wheel set, they truly are a step above in thickness and in usability by able to put disc brakes and things like that on there. And if you love to be stylish, then by all means, please go for a mag wheel set. They're amazing, and a lot of people have a lot of really great luck with them. So I'm excited. Let me know if you have any questions below. Please subscribe to the channel. Ask any questions that you may have in the comments below. Let me know. I appreciate you all. Let's roll.